started in the way your name fit too easily in my mouth, like I'd been saying it for years before we even figured it out. You laughed at things I didn't finish, like you could read the missing part. And suddenly I wasn't distant from anything inside my heart. There's a calm I can't explain when everything's uncertain, like standing still in pouring rain and not needing a curtain. You're my favorite feeling in ways I can't defend, like something soft and fleeting. I never wanna end, and I don't know what I'm doing or where this leads to be, but you're my favorite feeling. That's enough for me. I notice how the world gets quiet when you're somewhere in my day, like every noise steps aside just to let you stay. There's a version of me I didn't know that only shows with you, less afraid to let it show what I've been hiding through. I don't try to understand what this might become. I just hold it while I can before it has to run. You're my favorite feeling in the way you say my name, like nothing needs concealing, like nothing feels the same. And I don't need a meaning or something I can prove. You're my favorite feeling. Maybe it's too early to say what this really is, but I'd stay in this halfway just to feel like this. Strange how something so unsure can feel like the safest place. I've never wanted more than the way you change my pace. You're my favorite feeling, but I know it might not stay. Still, I'm done with concealing what I feel today. And even if it's fleeting or something I might lose, you're my favorite feeling, and I still choose you. I didn't notice it at first, just small shifts in my days, like how the mornings didn't hurt in the same familiar ways. I caught myself mid-thought with something lighter in my chest, like for a moment I forgot how heavy I'd been feeling less. It's subtle but it stays in everything you do, like color finding its way into a quieter view. I smile more because of you, in ways I don't announce, and little things I didn't used to do that now just feel like us. And I don't need a reason to, or something I can prove. I smile more because of you. I laugh without rehearsing it, without thinking how it sounds. like I don't have to edit it or soften it back down. There's a version of me I can see in reflections I once ignored. Less guarded than I used to be, less afraid of wanting more. I don't try to understand where this might all go. I just take it as it stands and let the moment flow. I smile more because of you, in the way you say my name, like nothing's out of place or too much to explain. And I don't need to overthink what I already know. I smile more because of you. Maybe it's a fragile thing, something time could move, but I've learned not everything has to be something to prove. Strange how something so quiet can change the loudest parts of you. I don't need to deny it or question it's true. I smile more because of you, and even if it fades, it gave me something real to hold in otherwise empty days. And maybe that's enough to keep, no matter what we lose. I smile more because of you. I don't wanna undo it too. Didn't know how heavy I was till something in me lifted, like I've been carrying quiet floods no one ever witnessed. You speaking something loosens up in places I kept tight, like all the weight I learned to trust finally takes a step aside. It's not loud, it doesn't rush, just settles in somehow, like I don't have to hold too much when you're around. You make my heart feel light, like it forgot the gravity of every sleepless night that used to live in me. And I don't know how you do what I couldn't fight. You make my heart feel light. I notice how I breathe again without counting every inhale, like I'm not bracing for an end in every detail. There's a version of me I can see that doesn't second guess, that lets things be what they could be without fear attached to it. I don't try to understand what this might become. I just take it as it stands and let it come undone. You make my heart feel light in the way you hold my name, like nothing needs to hide. You make my heart feel light, and even if it fades, it showed me there's a version of me that doesn't live in wait. And maybe that's enough to keep, no matter what we lose. You make my heart feel light, and I'm still learning how to choose it too. I don't rehearse my words as much. They fall out how they're meant to. No second guessing every touch, or how close I get to you. I leave the lights on when you're here, like I've got nothing to hide. Even my quiet feels sincere, not something I disguise. It's strange how easy this can be when I'm not bracing for the end. Like I can finally just exist and not pretend. I love who I am with you in ways I didn't know I could. There's nothing I have to undo or soften to be understood. And I don't feel like I'll lose parts of me just to get through. I love who I am with you. I don't shrink in crowded rooms when your hand finds mine. I don't edit what I'm going through or redraw every line. There's a version of me I recognize in reflections I once ignored. Less afraid of what's inside, less scared of wanting more. I don't try to overthink what this might become. I just let myself sink into where I'm from. I love who I am with you, in the way you say my name, like nothing's ever too much to explain. And I don't feel like I have to choose between being me or you. I love who I am with you. Yeah. Maybe it's a fragile thing, something time could move, but I've never had something that felt this true. Strange how being seen by someone can make you see yourself. I don't need to be someone or turn into someone else. I love who I am with you, and even if it ends, it gave me back a version of me I thought I'd never met. And maybe that's enough to hold, no matter what we lose. start noticing light, like mornings were something to get through. Now even the smallest shift feels right when it quietly starts with you. There's softness in ordinary things that I never paid attention to, like the way a simple moment brings a different kind of view. I didn't know how much I missed what something like this could do, till everything felt less like a risk. The closer I get to you, you turn my days brighter in ways I don't explain, like something inside me gets lighter without having to change. And I don't need to try harder or figure out what to prove. You turn my days brighter. Checking how it sounds, like I don't have to hold it down or keep my feet on guarded ground. There's a version of me I can see that isn't afraid to stay in the middle of what could be without pushing it away. I don't try to understand where this might all go. And I don't need to rewrite anything I went through. You turn my days brighter. Oh. Maybe it's a quiet kind of change, something I didn't expect, but it doesn't feel strange, something I didn't reject. Strange how something so small can shift everything you see. I don't question it at all. It just feels like me. Oh, you turn my days brighter, and even if it fades, it gave me something lighter than all my yesterdays. And maybe that's enough to keep, no matter what we lose. You turn my days brighter, and I'm still learning how to choose it too. You showed up in an ordinary way, no warning, no grand design, just another face in a passing day I never thought would intertwine. I was fine in my quiet routines, keeping everything contained. Didn't look for what it means to let something rearrange. I didn't feel the shift at first, no moment I could trace, but something subtle, unrehearsed, started taking space. I didn't know I needed you, till everything felt different in the way I let things through, without second resistance. And I don't know how I grew into someone this open too. I didn't know I needed you. I used to guard what I would say, measure every piece of me. Now I let it fall in place without needing certainty. There's a version of me I can see that I never got to meet. Less afraid of what could be, less afraid of incomplete. I don't try to understand where this might all go. I just hold it while I can and let it show. I didn't know I needed you in the way you say my name, like nothing's ever too much to explain. And I don't need to undo anything I went through. I didn't know I needed you. Maybe it's a fragile thing, something time can move, but I've never felt something this quietly true. Strange how something you don't seek finds you when you're not looking. I don't question what it means or where it's leading. I didn't know I needed you, but now it's hard to ignore how everything I thought I knew doesn't fit like before. And maybe I don't need to choose between safe and something new. I didn't know I needed you, but I'm starting to. I used to brace for every day, like something might go wrong, carrying a quiet weight I've been holding for so long. And you walked in without a sound, no promise, no grand design, but somehow everything around started feeling lighter than mine. I didn't notice when it changed, no moment I could trace, just little things rearranged in the way I face each day. You make everything better in ways I can't explain, like something pulls me together without needing to change. And I don't have to try harder or figure out what to prove. You make everything better. I laugh without holding it back, without checking how it lands, like I don't have to stay intact or overthink where I stand. There's a version of me I can see that I didn't know was there, less afraid to just be without carrying everywhere. I don't try to understand where this might all go. I just take it as it stands and let it show. You make everything better in the way you say my name, like nothing feels heavier or too much to explain. And I don't need to remember every hurt I went through. You make everything better. Maybe it's a quiet kind of shift, something I didn't expect, but it feels like a gift I don't need to correct. Strange how something so simple it just reaches where you are. You make everything better, and even if it fades, it gave me something lighter than all my yesterdays. And maybe that's enough to keep. No matter what we lose, you make everything better, and I don't wanna undo it too. It's in the way you say my name, like it's not something fragile. No hesitation, no hidden weight, just simple, soft and vital. I'm not counting every step, but bracing for a change. For once I'm not overthinking it, trying to rearrange. I didn't plan to fall into something I can't predict, but there's a quiet in this view that feels too good to resist. I could get used to this, the way nothing feels too much, the way I don't have to fix every little touch, and I don't feel like I'll miss parts of me just to stay. I could get used to this. I laugh without pulling it back, without wondering how it lands. Like I don't have to stay intact or prove where I stand. There's a version of me I can't see that doesn't feel out of place, less afraid of what could be, more willing to embrace. I don't try to understand where this might all go. I just take it as it stands and let it flow. I could get used to this, in the way you hold my name, like nothing needs to be dismissed or quietly rearranged. And I don't have to reminisce about what I used to lose. I could get used to this. But maybe it's a fragile thing, something time can move, but I've never had something that felt this easy to choose. Strange how something unfamiliar can feel like where you belong. I don't need it to be clearer, I've been searching all along. I could get used to this, and even if it fades, it gave me something I won't miss from all my yesterdays. And maybe that's enough to keep. No matter what we lose, I could get used to this, and I don't want to refuse it too. You don't arrive with warning signs, no thunder, no grand entrance. Just slip into my quiet time, like something past my defenses. I've had dreams that felt this close, but they always faded fast. Left me reaching for a ghost that never seemed to last. But you don't blur when I look twice. You stay where you begin, like something soft but defined under my skin. You feel like a dream I can touch, like something unreal but true. Close enough, not too much, but more than I'm used to. And I don't know how to trust something this new. You feel like a dream I can touch. I keep waiting for the shift, the part where it dissolves, where it slips out of my grip, like everything I've called. But you stay in simple ways, in conversations that don't end, in the middle of my days, like something I can depend. I don't try to hold too tight or question what it means. I just sit with what feels right between the seams. You feel like a dream I can touch, in the way you say my name, like nothing feels too much or too hard to explain. And I don't wanna rush or risk losing you. You feel like a dream I can touch. Maybe it's a fragile thing, something time could move, but I've never felt something this quietly true. Strange how something that feels unreal can be the only thing that is. I don't need to overfeel or wonder what this gives. You feel like a dream I can touch, and even if it fades, it showed me something I can trust in unfamiliar ways. And maybe that's enough to keep, no matter what we lose. You feel like a dream I can touch, and I'm still learning how to choose. I don't take the long way home anymore. I stay where your voice can't find me. The room feels fuller than before, like something finally aligned me. There's a calm I didn't chase, it just showed up when you did. Now I'm scared to misplace something this quietly vivid. I've known how things can slip away without a sound or sign, so I hold a don't check every word I say or measure every move. Like I'm not afraid it'll fade if I don't make it smooth. There's a version of me I can see that is embracing for the end, just letting things be what they'll be without needing to pretend. I don't try to name it yet or force it into shape. I just sit with what I get and hope it stays. I never wanna lose this in the way you say my name, like nothing ever feels amiss or too much to explain. And I don't wanna confuse what I finally choose. I never wanna lose this. Maybe it's a fragile kind of truth, something time could move, but I've never had something this close that didn't feel like proof. Strange how something so uncertain can feel like the safest place. I don't wanna close the curtain on this kind of grace. I never